That's it, that's all. We'll check the Twitch app in just a minute. How's it going, everybody? Mobius Y here. It's Tuesday, Stellaris Console Edition night. Because what the hell else do I play on stream? Apparently nothing. Maybe that's going to change sooner than later. We'll see. So today, since it's Tuesday, go back to a single-player game. I know I missed out on Friday, and I didn't do a makeup stream this weekend. I had some stuff to do. I was not feeling that good Friday evening. Like, I can't explain it. I suddenly got like a really bad headache. It just made it very difficult to stay coherent. So I said, screw it. I felt okay by early afternoon on Saturday. I still did a couple errands on Saturday, but I, drove around for those, and then Sunday I actually walked from my place to the mall. It's about 20 blocks. Didn't take long, 20, 30 minutes tops. I walk at a pretty brisk pace. I got some stuff done. I got my hair cut on Sunday, so it's like stupid short, and, my head's always cold, so I'm wearing a toque now. Like all the time right now. Anyways, enough babbling. Let's get into Blorg commonality. So we left off, we were starting a Dyson Sphere, and just kind of building up our colonies, our newest colonies for mining networks and whatnot. Oh, sorry, I'm hitting my headset. It's probably making noise. Sorry about that. Yeah, Rassalas Power was our newest. Where is that? Way over here. Okay, yeah, because we terraformed this really quickly into a tropical world, and now we are making it into an energy world? Really? Why are we doing that? Because we don't have the Dyson Sphere online yet. In fact, yeah, we're not going to have the Dyson Sphere online for a while. So between that... Oh, I wonder if we should... I wonder if we should make this just another mineral world, Need one more tradition in less than 20 months. Then we can get rid of all of the Autochthon monuments, or, well, I should just say, like, temples. We'll actually get rid of, frontier hospitals as well. We'll change them into science labs, maybe, on certain planets. But we can get rid of, hypercoms forums, temples, and the art monuments. We can get rid of those. Ministry of Benevolence, Ministry of Culture. So we should be able to get a bunch of stuff done that way. Also, I did notice... from watching my previous video that was out last week, well, the previous Blorg video, I should say, which was out last week, and in a couple videos before that, I actually have been sniffing quite a bit, and it's extremely irritating, even to me, when I'm listening to it. So I do apologize for that. I'm going to try and be a lot more conscious about it, because somebody commented that was making some of the stuff on the YouTube after I stream it and then upload it. It was making it unwatchable. And I don't blame him, because this mic is quite good at picking up that kind of noise and whatnot. And when I'm having problems, like, it's a snort. It's nasty. You can hear it. It's disgusting. So I don't blame them for that. And I was very self-conscious about that for a few months here, but I've gotten kind of complacent with that lately. And you can tell, like, it's very noticeable, and it's very annoying. I found it annoying. I'm just looking around at the other worlds that are in our territory. We got a 20-tile Savannah world. We might want to consider terraforming that. Let's see, how much was in there? A 20-tile, 17-tile, and 13-tile. Not that great, but not too bad, because there's 3 planets in one system. So that could be pretty useful. Hi, Hugh Stocks 420. You're still up, and it is like what, 2 in the morning? Get some sleep. I'm just messing with you. Anyways, I'm second guessing turning this into an energy world now because it's got 25 tiles. We have a Dyson Sphere on the way. You need to buff your habitability. I'm watching OPS from at Christmas, and you were sniffing then. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. It's been like a few months. I don't know what the dealio is. There's no point in trying to get into like a long spiel trying to explain it, especially right now. So we have 2 science nexuses. I don't know. Anyways, we're almost at the 200-year mark though, which is not that great considering our current economy. Like we should be a fair bit more energy, maybe, but definitely more minerals. Like 1,000 minerals would be ideal. So I think we're going to rename this planet. We're going to rename this Rasselas Mines because there's no planet modifier improving the output of energy credits in any way. Like there's no wild storms or anything like that. So, you know, whatever. I also forgot to consecrate this world. That's very, very stupid. Which reminds me, there was a few worlds. We needed to consecrate Mufrid Power, or do we? I don't think we do because these guys all have like 100% happiness, unless they are part of a faction that's currently unhappy. Okay. And what does it do? It does happiness and growth speed and unity output. So we really don't need that anymore. It's mostly the yeah, see, these guys still have like 90%, 90+% happiness. I don't really see the need to spend more influence to reconsecrate these worlds anymore. Like they're fully grown. Sure, we're losing out on some bonuses because of happiness, but it's not going to be a lot, and it's just going to cost way too much influence over time to consecrate those worlds. Like even Jabeth Mines I didn't consecrate, and that's probably why it's not building up as quickly as I'd like it to. I feel really stupid right now. I do somewhat agree, though. I kind of do need to buff my own personal habitability, although this is why it's kind of weird, is because my personal habitability is actually really good. I'll be walking around in a t-shirt on some days in the middle of the winter. I mean, to be fair, I live in southern Alberta. We have fairly warm winters throughout the season because we have these things called Chinooks. If you remember a few years back, why did I pause the game? Stupid. If you remember a few years back, Leonardo DiCaprio had like a gigantic, what's the word I'm looking for? Blow up. How he was going on about climate change and this, that, and the other thing, and while he was filming The Revenant, he saw the effects of climate change firsthand. Oh, there were winds of 100 kilometers an hour, and the locals were saying they'd never seen it before, which A, bullshit. B, that happens here, because they were filming The Revenant in fall, winter, spring, somewhere around there. In southern Alberta, we have these things called Chinooks, and Chinook is actually Inuit for, well, the basic translation is snow melting. What happens is you essentially have a warm air front that passes, or I should say, Jibasa embraces cybernetics. Interesting. You essentially have a big warm air front that comes in off the ocean. Marin Karen, making time for petals. We just lost 15% minerals. Issue special project, labor study. Okay, that's not good. Not a fan. Wait, what? I need a scientist for that. Which one? Let's get the one on Blorg taking care of that right now. Where's this science ship? Way over here. Okay. So we need the science ship at Blorg doing this. I'm alright, DJ Truthsayer. Thank you for asking. Anyway, so a warm air front comes in off the west coast from the Pacific, and like right there you have the mountains on the west coast, especially, you know, in Canada and southern parts of Alaska and whatnot. So that warm air front goes over the mountains, and then actually because there's such a massive difference in elevation between, you know, this warm air front coming in at sea level and then passing over the mountains and going over the plains, which is 3,000 feet above sea level, it just causes the winds to pick up a crazy amount of speed, and we get essentially what is a Chinook. It's a big warm air front that comes in, and it let's do implied superconductivity again. It causes a temporary but very noticeable increase in the work over flowers. Minerals plus 10%. Oh, okay, cool. So the temperature actually can go way back into the positive. It can go up to like plus 15 Celsius, by the way. So it could be like, you know, middle of winter somewhere else, or even like northern Alberta, it'll be like minus 15, minus 20 Celsius or some crap like that. But here in southern Alberta, we're fine. It'll be like plus 5, plus 10, because we just had a Chinook come over. Except it's like stupid windy.
Construction complete.
Sorry about that. I'll admit I'm fine from whatever the problem was last Friday, but whatever happened today, I think I ate something funny, because it's been kind of affecting me. But right now I'm largely okay. Let's see. Can we talk to the Shroud again? No, we gotta wait about another year, I believe it said. Yeah, 400 days. Boon of the Shroud, happiness plus 25%. Okay. So we're gonna okay, so we have a big happiness bonus going on. That's why everybody's so bloody happy. I see. I'm glad I managed to stay up, to be honest. It's 3 a.m. here in Europe, but I really wanted to stop in to say hi. And you guys in UK, it's wet 8 months of the year. Yeah, I know. I took a trip there almost 2 years ago. Me and my folks, we stayed in London for a few days, did usual touristy shit. You know, did like a little river cruise on the Thames, and we checked out Tower. That was the same day we checked out Tower of London. We also checked out Buckingham Palace on another day. What else did we do? I can't remember. Hi there, guys. Same as Vancouver. Yeah, no, Vancouver is wet 11 days of the year. Or sorry, 11 months of the year. The other month of the year, it's disgustingly hot and humid and uncomfortable. But Vancouver was amusing. Like, I was there for several months, like 9 months, for some post-secondary schooling, and migration speed minus 70%. Oh, here we go with this crap again. And what happened was... Alright, we need to start building up some mining networks, don't we? Yes. Thames. What happened was it'd be raining, but I'm used to, here in Calgary, I'm used to, you know, when it rains, it's like bitter cold and very uncomfortable, you know? It'll drop down to like +5 or something. Like the rain itself is cold, and that's what I'm used to. And then and like it's not, it could still be like +10 or +15, but you know, just because the rain itself, like the water coming down, is cold, it's very unbearable, kind of. You know, you still have to put some clothes on. But when I was in Vancouver, it'd be raining, and the rain itself would be warm, and it is still like +15, +20 out. So it was actually really nice. Or I'd get up in the morning, you know, in fall and whatnot, and it's like +15. It's just really foggy out, but everybody who regularly lives in Vancouver is out in like winter jackets, for crying out loud, and I'm still in a friggin' t-shirt. Minerals plus 5%. I had so many people asking me, hey, aren't you cold? Oh, wow, nice. So when is the update coming? I have no clue, man. You're on my Discord. I'll post it on the Discord when I know, but right now I don't know. Nobody knows. I mean, like, maybe A-Spec does, or other people that have inside information with Paradox, but I don't have a clue, man. They don't feed me that crap. Which is fine. I'm nobody. Alright, here we go. Our last tradition. We can start swapping out. Unity output increased by 10% per native ring rival. Yeah, that's why we didn't need it. We can increase our output of, like, anything. There we go. Okay, so what do we have for Ascension perks right now? Anyways, we have Galactic Wonders, Defender of the Galaxy. What were we going to get for the last one? I'm asking DJ Truthsayer, seeing as he's a Paradox guy. Yeah, well, he won't tell me. Community Ambassador working for Paradox and Stellaris. Blah, 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 blah. Ace Paradox is your boss. We're a new team and we're getting to know the content creators around the game, and we really liked your YouTube stuff on the console version. Also, thank you for covering the dev update. Oh, no problem, man. That's probably partially because I was harassing Dale and Aziz last year, especially when they were streaming. Let's see. What should we get? Galactic Force Protection we don't need because naval capacity is bugged, so F that. Mastery of Nature, no point. We have all the technologies already. One Vision, totally useless now. Imperial Prerogative for more core sector systems. We're on repeatables, so who cares? Matt, I really hate how you use that goddamn black font, man. Like, seriously. Voidborn, we don't need habitats. That's pointless. Galactic Contender and, what's the other one? Galactic Contender and World Shaper seem like the go-to choices. I believe I was mulling this over last video, too, near the beginning.
Construction.
Yeah, I saw your message. It was just, like, really big, so I didn't get to it, because I was yakking. I don't know. Like, I got a feeling that the Crisis is going to drop at some... It won't be pretty. Upper Management Betrayal, whatever. I have a feeling we're going to see the Crisis sometime soon, and the Fallen Empires will, like, they're... You know, a couple of them are going to get wiped out or some crap like that, so... Thinking about it, I'm not so sure... I'm not so sure Galactic Contender is the way to go. So I'm really leaning towards... World Shapers right now.
Construction complete.
I think DJ Truthsayer is offering a Federation invite. Xbox dark mode is fine, but I'm on dark mode on my phone, and I can't see that. Like, I don't like the light mode on Twitch. We're gonna do World Shaper because we got a few systems in here where we have a few worlds that will want to terraform into either tropical worlds for the short term or Gaia worlds down the road. So let's get World Shaper. There, I made up my mind. We could always like the damage bonus to Fallen Empires would be nice, but I think if we just have a big enough fleet and we tailor our ships correctly to take on the specific Fallen Empires we're going after, you know, we'll just beat them with more ships. Anyways, DJ, I do appreciate you being up at 3 a.m. to you know, do this kind of crap. It's kind of cool. I do tweet out regularly when I'm going live or when I post out a video too, so...
Construction complete.
I'm sure whoever manages the Stellaris game Twitter handle just gets annoyed where, you know, every morning they wake up on like Wednesday or Saturday and then there's like 3 new tweets from me mentioning them because I'm going at Stellaris game console edition when I go live with the stream, and then when the videos are available to the public. All right, distraction patterns, just improving our economy a little bit here. So I was actually doing some... What the heck just happened? The real hope is now here. The real hops is now here. Say hello. What was that? We're obviously focused on the PC update at the moment, but we want to make sure we know the people in the console side as well. The community managed for both versions, so it would be super remiss of us not to do so. Yeah, honestly, dude, a lot of the stuff coming to PC with Federations looks super cool. You know, giving more, what's the word I'm looking for? Just making the whole Federations aspect of the game way more engaging. It really looks cool. A lot of the stuff that's coming. Where am I going to put the mineral silo on this world? Anyway, so now that we're done with Unity, there we go. Dyson Sphere frame. We can start the next section. We got 50,000 minerals. Beautiful. That's what we want to see. We almost have full energy credits too, so let's go ahead and talk with... Well, first we're going to communicate with the Shroud. Boop. Increased shield strength? That's not really going to do very much for us. Shield hit points plus 50%. Oh, that's a pretty good boon. Plus 50% shield strength. Anyways, I was saying I was doing the math, actually. Because I mentioned before, I have some spreadsheets at work because I have Excel there. And I've been using it, making a few spreadsheets. And what I did was I made a spreadsheet for calculating, well, it was science-related stuff. It would, you could actually calculate, depending on how many science labs you had of a certain kind, it would calculate, you know, your total science output. You just add in the modifiers based on like certain bonuses. You know, if your species is intelligent, or you traded them for erudite, or they're all synthetic, and you know, if you have dark matter, natural sociologists, so on and so forth. So it factors in like all that kind of crap. Plus you can, what the subject integration begun, the awoken into the Juven mandate, interstellar cinematic nation. Okay, just a bunch of stuff's going on, and I actually figured out that habitats, a single habitat, because habitats are actually good for boosting your energy output with their solar power processors, because they're like a power plant 5, which you can normally only get on your capital world. And they also have those laboratory districts which generate 3 points of science in all 3 fields. Everything else is inefficient and not as nearly as good, because if we look here, a mining network 1, so a mining network 3 generates 4 minerals. Whereas the mining district on a habitat generates 4 minerals. So you can get more mineral generation on regular planets with the mining network 4. And it's a similar story with the hydroponics farms and comparing to the agricultural zone on a habitat. So I actually calculated it where, and this is based off of, you know, a few things that I've seen on the Reddit and a couple comments people have made about using habitats for science output. And it's like, well, you could get like as much, if not more, output as a science nexus with you know, 2 habitats with bonuses, or 3 habitats with 0 if you have 0 bonuses to science production. And that's true, but I ran the math. The problem is, in the late game, those habitats kind of start to bite you in the butt, because each habitat actually increases the cost of your science technologies, in this case repeatables, which is always what I think about as, you know, like late game. Your repeatables, which all cost 3,000 points of science, that's their base cost all the time. Each habitat, when fully grown, adds 22% cost to that, so that's another 660 points. Is that correct? Yes. 600, so 600 because 22%, so 2% 60, and then 200% 600 because 600 times 5 is 3,000. So yeah, that's correct. And then we'll do applied superconductivity again. I haven't checked our ship loadouts in a while. Oh, it's straight up energy, plasma cannons, pew pew. Why do we have devastator torpedoes? Oh, that's right, because we were gonna save up and build up a fleet and go destroy the dimensional horror. I totally forgot about that. So Habitat's not worth it. No, I'm getting to that. Because you can get habitats early, they are actually quite good. But I've always, like, something about them has always just kind of been like, I don't really want to get them. Alaria embraces cybernetics. So this has been like 3 AI civilizations that have embraced cybernetics. Need to replace these with power plants. Power plant, yes, please. Galactic Stock Exchange, we're going to keep that. The Ministry of Benevolence. I almost said mineral processing plant because I'm stupid, apparently. Frontier Hospital, this is going to be a power plant as well. We're losing a little bit of society research by getting rid of the Frontier hospitals, which is fine. It's because they generate 1 point of unity that we don't need anymore. So a small hit to society research, that's okay. There's a workaround for it, or we'll be able to compensate for that. What do we got? We got an unused building on Bistramar Power. Okay. We should have done this a long time ago. Without any bonuses, since each habitat has 12 tiles, you have your habitat administration, right? Which is required on every planet. You need the capital building. Same thing with habitats. You need the habitat administration. So that's a maximum of 11 tiles, and we'll just say it's an even 10 tiles. Okay, because you're probably going to use 1 more tile for something like a Paradise Dome, because you can put those on your habitats, right? Or it's still like mid to late game, and you're still trying to get your last couple Ascension perks, so you leave the Leisure District in. So there's 10 tiles available on a habitat, and you throw on laboratory districts. So you have 10 tiles of lab districts on your habitat. So each habitat is generating 30 points of science once it's fully grown and whatnot. However, like I said, once it is fully grown, it's also adding 660 points to the cost of a new repeatable, which without any bonuses actually adds, I think it was about 15 months to the time to finish the technology. So we're going to build labs on Blorg to kind of make up for losing out on some frontier hospitals here. Anyways, it'd be a lot easier if I had the spreadsheet in front of me, obviously, which I don't. But I basically just calculated that, unfortunately, habitats are still really good for energy production, and that's still useful throughout the whole game because you're getting 80 plus energy per habitat. With bonuses, I activated as many bonuses as I could on a habitat, but I could still only pump out maybe 50 to 55 points of science in all 3 branches on a habitat, because you don't get a lot of the same bonuses that some planets can have, which could be unstable tectonics, or what's the other one that increases 20% of physics research, and you also can't have an observatory to increase production by 10% like you can on planets, because it doesn't have a spaceport. So there's only so much potential science you can generate out of that habitat, and I basically just calculated that, unfortunately, using habitats for science, they actually get worse over time, and that was always kind of my problem with them. I would never outright dismiss them and say that they're bad. They're quite good, especially if you're able to get them as your first Ascension perk. They can be extremely useful to help you round out your economy with your energy generation, as well as improve your science output. However, they're not as good at science output either, because eventually, once you get to the late game, it's just adding to the cost of repeatables, and no matter how much extra science you have coming out of that habitat or habitats, it doesn't match the effectiveness of a science nexus. Despite a science nexus requiring way more resources and obviously taking way longer to build, it probably still takes less overall time to build a complete science nexus and get that science immediately, as opposed to building the habitat, constructing all the buildings, and then waiting for pops to grow on it. I haven't done those calculations yet. I got to run some tests first before I do that, but I do plan to. Okay. There we go. Research complete again. Doctrine Interstellar Warfare. So let's get fluid fleet templates so that we can get rid of that. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. I have missed so much going on in chat. I know all that matters is that I know myself. Yarp. I run the Twitter with Mr. Freak, the other CA, so I don't know your name. Yeah. No, why would I be annoyed? He wants you to do that. That's how I found you. Yeah, that's fair. ST6 Coeasy, what's going on, buddy? Anyways, that's just what I kind of determined out of my mathings. You know, people could do what they want to do. That's fine. I would never say, "Oh, this is bad. You should never do it." Like, if you want to go ahead and try something, go ahead. Like, I've done stupid things in this game, believe me. Okay, construction complete across the board. I think I need to like start ignoring these pop-ups because I'm falling behind in what I need here. Okay, on Blorg, let's get, oops, not replace, you stupid. Let's do a biolab, and then we'll do 2 physics labs, because I definitely want to get those energy weapon repeatables rolling. What am I missing here? Let's see. The temple is not becoming a power plant, so we'll do that. I got the Frontier Hospital, so we're okay there. This is kind of a part that I like. Razzle get the mines. We need mining networks. This is kind of a part I like about the late game, is when you actually get that last tradition done, you get your last Ascension perk, then it's just like, all right. You know, I don't think people really realize this, but this is when your economy can actually, you know, take off a little bit more, because you're getting rid of all those buildings on tiles, where instead of, you know, generating resources, they were generating unity to get those Ascension perks and stuff. And once you get them all, now that we've completed all of them, it's like, all right, we can get rid of all those unity generating buildings that do nothing but generate unity, especially, and replace them with much more useful stuff. We should see our minerals hit probably 800 per month at least, just from these changes, as well as still building up our currently developing colonies, because we still have, like, what, 3 mining colonies that we're working on. Okay, Jabeth mines. I'm just going to worry about replacing these with some mining networks. I have to get caught up in the chat here too while I'm trying to do this. Oh, what a nightmare. All right, well, we can get a planetary capital on here too. Beautiful. And then we'll replace the temple and the Autochthon monument. Get rid of those. We'll keep the Frontier Clinic, though, because there are still pops growing. I don't know why I got rid of it on these other... That was really stupid. Hang on. Cancel that. We want to keep that Frontier Hospital. Razzleget the Gulag, we want to keep that Frontier Hospital. Good thing I stopped it. Because they still have pops growing on them. Razzleget the Mines does not, so we'll leave that alone. Okay. Would you say at a certain point habitats and Ringworld perks are useless, as in not get them? No, I don't think so. I think that Ringworlds are extremely useful. I think that they are, by the time... This is strictly personal opinion. I think that they are better than habitats in the long run, because a single Ringworld that you dedicate a single Ringworld that you first dedicate entirely to minerals to really crank out a lot of minerals and help you really get those last several megastructures that you're putting down throughout your empire. It really helps with that. Okay, what do I have on here? I could use more biolab and engineering facilities, so why don't we get 2 of each? We'll make this a biolab because it's already generating some society research. Then we'll do a biolab and engineering and engineering. There, we'll do that because I'm OCD and I like equality. I think ring worlds are like better in the late game because they're more versatile. They're good for whatever you need to put on them. If you need a whole ring world for friggin' food, it's good for that. Obviously, a full ring world for lots of minerals is fantastic because it helps you stockpile those minerals for additional megastructures in the late game. You know what I need to do is go on to Blorg and... Whoops, hang on. I need to move this fully developed pop onto the Biolab 3 and the Biolab 1 that's still upgrading. He can be on... The growing pop can still be sitting on that. What do we got? Star charts? No, go away. Don't want. But like I said, this is largely my opinion. The only downside to ring worlds is they require 2 Ascension perks. That's the only downside. Apart from that, I do believe that they are actually the best megastructure just because of their versatility. It takes a long time though before a fully developed ring world you're seeing major gains from it, because it's not just the construction of the ring world. It's also, you got to colonize it. The pop's got to grow on it. Research agreement, yeah, let's do that. You have to build the buildings on it, but like the big one is the pop's got to grow on it. It's not like a Dyson Sphere or Science Nexus, where as soon as it's constructed, you're seeing the bonuses from it. You're seeing the resources pouring in from it. So that's why a lot of the time when and I mean a lot of the time when I play, I just do, this kind of Ascension perk path where I do my, what's it called? I do my Ascension path. I get a little I get a safe one like Technological Ascendancy because, this is extremely effective and very safe Ascension perk to get, especially as your very first one. Gives you a pretty decent boost in science when you complete Discovery first as well. That 20% research speed really pays off in the mid game. Do the Ascension path that I want. Get something else. Obviously not Consecrated Worlds if I am a non-spiritualist. I'll have to get something else to fill that in, or just save it for something. But that's why you'll often, a lot of my playthroughs, I just get Galactic Wonders and Master Builders because I can spam Science Nexuses and Dyson Spheres for the late game to really help with my completion of repeatables and with my energy credits economy. And in doing so, I don't have to worry about dedicating new planets, or if I repair ruined ring worlds, I don't have to worry about dedicating sections of ring worlds to energy or science or whatnot, because it's I need to worry about this later on, so I might as well build a Science Nexus now or a Dyson Sphere now to take care of the science needs or energy needs that I'll have in 20 in-game years or whatever. So that takes care of that. Plus, upon doing a Science Nexus or Dyson Sphere, you don't suffer the same penalties to technology that you would if you just colonize a new planet, a new 20-tile planet, and let all the pops grow on it. That's a 30% increase to technology cost with a 20-tile planet. And it's pretty brutal. As you can see, our Unity has tanked from plus 300 and something. It's all the way down to plus 86. Yeah, the Origins are really cool too. A long way off for your console players. And so I agree, the Origins are super cool, and that is really, really way off. I could gush all night long about it. Trust me, I put 100 hours into the beta since I started the job. That's a good point. Making Stellaris spreadsheets at work. Tut, tut, tut. Habitats. So get Habitat, but not Ring World perks. Ring Worlds are amazing. Agreed. Is it best to follow tile sets early, then respec later? I mean, it's up to personal preference. If you are capable of getting really good... Oh, what am I doing? I didn't need that anymore. Get out of here. Don't need the Hypercomms form. GTFO.
Construction complete.
The hell was I going to say?
Construction complete.
There we go.
Construction complete.
Your first 2 planets, it's going to be very hard not to follow the tile yields, to be totally honest. But I have muddled through... Same thing here. Let's try that out. I want you on a fully developed power plant. I have muddled through where I specialize my capital world even from the very beginning. It was very tricky, and I suffered some setbacks in some areas by doing so, but it paid off later on because I had to do less micromanaging like I am doing right now, for example. Let's replace this with a mining network because why not? Get that taken care of. Replace with a mining network. Okay, let's put a mineral silo right here where there's 2 energy. Mineral silo, bloop, and then we'll put this guy here where we're going to drop... Actually, we won't put the mining network there just yet. Mining network here. Oh, man. Do we have a governor?
Construction complete.
With architectural interest? Yes, we do. There you go. Okay, and infrastructure projects. Yes, please. Just need to get things moving quickly because I am falling way, way, way behind. Whatever. I don't need more food, so screw that. We'll take them off that tile. And mining network 3, 3, 3. There we go. Almost done with that one. Bashpat mining. Mining network 4. Mining network 4. Mining network 4. Bashpat mining should be 100% complete now. Let's get these hydroponics farms up and running. Our food is going to go through the roof. This should really improve our growth speed as well. Okay. I think we're going to start with the energy weapon attack speed and damage repeatables now. Because if we're going to be going after the dimensional horror with a decent sized fleet pretty shortly here, we're going to want some damage bonuses. Oops, no, not a Ministry of Culture. There we go. Mining network there. I've not played the console version yet, but I really like the UI, but it's so very odd seeing the tile system again. I have an easy time with the tile system in comparison. Like, I cannot follow what the heck's going on when I watch people play the PC version at all. I chalk it up to me just being dumb, but at the same time, a lot of the people that put stuff on the PC version on YouTube, they're so familiar with it that they're just so fast, and on like my phone, which is the worst, or even on my computer, the screen is just too small for me to fully see all the little screens that they're looking at and follow along with what the heck they're doing. What do we want? Let's just get transgenic crops for the hell of it. Whatever. Kind of a stupid idea in my opinion, but whatever.
Construction complete.
Let's see. I should get caught up on chat pretty shortly here. Just give me a sec. Still doing all these... finishing up a building. Extraction patterns 5. Beautiful. Do want. Let's see. Heat recyclers. I'm not using strike craft, and I don't plan to later on. So let's get fortified core layers. What else do we got? I only follow tile resources on my home planet early on, then I specialize. Yeah, the new planet system is going to take some learning. Very much so. I am pretty excited to learn that. But also, yeah, same for me. Follow tile resources on my home planet. And the sooner I can start specializing new colonies, the better, is what I've gotten better at it as time has gone on. And like I said, I've practically specialized my capital world from the get-go before. It was not easy, but I somehow muddled through. Magic. I'm going to chalk it up to magic. Let's go to Bistromar Power. You know what? Let's just build a few battleships for the heck of it. There, that's good enough. Do these guys have a rally point? No, they do now. It really will. It's so different. I think it's a good change, though, indeed. Yes. I adore the depth it adds. Kind of miss colonizing a planet and building all the buildings on it in one go, though. Well, I wouldn't go too nuts. It's all going to change sometime. Yep, Blorg. If you tweet that spreadsheet at the account, I might know a guy who could retweet something like that. I don't know if I can get on Twitter at work. It's one of those like work internet connections where a whole bunch of sites are like blocked. Bashpat mining, we're all done there from the looks of things. Pleione science, we need some upgrades. Start with the biolabs. Pleione foods, you're still doing stuff. What I need to... Okay, what I need to keep an eye on is planets that are no longer constructing buildings. Jabeth Mines. Upgrade that. So hyped for the update. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the planetary rework. I kind of got to grips with the current one, and I just find it to be a little basic now. I'm really going to miss it, but the change in Empire Sprawl... Yeah, that does seem kind of interesting in that aspect. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Oh man, I don't even know where to get started with this friggin' planet. You know what? Let's move this guy up here. That should be... Oh wow, never mind. Let's keep him down there. Upgrade that. We'll upgrade that. We'll upgrade that. And that. And that.
Construction
and
complete.
that. Oh man. Okay. Rouse will get the Gulag. Borchi Foods. We're done there. The other food world. Ooh. Dyson Sphere panels installed. Excellent. Alright, start the next section. Pleone Foods. Man, look, our minerals are at 833. Like I said, we were going to break the 800 mineral mark. Sorry, 800 minerals per month mark. Surprisingly accurate prediction there.
Incoming transmission.
But results are actually better than I predicted. I'm not complaining. They want to give us a bunch of swag and start a research agreement. You know what? They want to give us energy credits, so let's check the Shroud really quick. Oh, we can reach into the Shroud. Beautiful. Increased happiness or increased weapon strength? Let's try weapon strength. Oh, yeah! Plus 20% weapons damage. I can't believe that worked. Okay, so this is a good time to actually start building up our fleet and working towards knocking out the Dimensional Horror or the Ether Drake if we haven't yet. We need more minerals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we got that. I hope I didn't just trade away too many. Oh, never mind. They're giving us a bunch, right? So now we can talk to the curators, double check that we have their favor. Can you aid us in our research? 4,000. Okay, yep, we'll take that. Bistramar Power, we're done there. Pleone Foods, we're good there. Pleone Science, still upgrading. Bashpat Mining is done. Blorg is done. Borchi Foods is done. Muford Power, still got some buildings being constructed, so we'll check that in a little bit. Oh my god, this is crazy. Chat is going faster than I can keep up with. I just hope the new economy doesn't slow the game down too much. They'll just need one Ascension Perk in the update. What, the don't have your console explode Ascension Perk? You get more out of ring worlds than any mega structures. Yes, they will be part of Galactic Wonders. Or is that what actually changes? They're no longer part of the Circle of Life, but part of Galactic Wonders, and you don't need to get Voidborn anymore, I believe. What kind of empire is this? This is the Blorg. Noob question, but I've never figured it out. Why do some pops have a yellow triangle in the top left corner of their tile, opposite the building upgrade corner? I'll be honest, I don't think I have quite figured that out myself. Hang on a second, let's try and find some. I think it means that, let's see. Member of the Council of High Priesthood Focus. I thought, like, there was a period there where I thought that it means that they're migrating, but that's not true. There's a little green triangle that shows up, I think, at the bottom left or some crap. But I also thought that it meant that they're a part of a faction, which also isn't true. I can't really remember. See, this guy right here is part of the same faction as this guy up here. He's got a triangle, he doesn't. So I'm not too sure. I wonder. Hold the phone. Oh, no, never mind. I was going to say, I wonder if it's because of happiness, because these two tiles had 100% happiness, but this one doesn't. Maybe somebody asked, maybe somebody will answer for us. Mean it can be upgraded, I think. No, it's the other one. See, like right here on the mineral silo tile, in the top right, that means I can upgrade it. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pops total, like this guy up here and this guy over here. They have that little yellow corner in the top left. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what it means. That's a modifier IRC. It's been around forever, but I think it marks things like if they've been recently emigrated. Oh, yeah, okay, the recent immigrant thing, because they have plus 10% happiness because of that. Is that what you're referring to? That must be what you're referring to. Well, let's see. So that guy's a recent immigrant. Is this guy? No, he is not. This guy has a little thing. Recent immigrant. Yes. This guy. Not. Okay, so it's green. I do believe it's that corner, right? That corner is green with the little pack icon when they're migrating, and then once they've migrated, it's got the yellow icon that they're a recent immigrant. Okay, Voidborn is a habitat thing now. It means that they are faction leaders. There's no way I don't have 5 faction leaders on the same world. I don't even have 5 factions. Voidborn is a habitat thing now, and I think it says it stays that way unlike ring worlds. The yellow triangle means they are the fanatics of their factions. I don't think it has to do with factions. I really wish I could frickin' find another pop that has that. Honestly, it looks like it looks like it's marking the recent immigrant thing. Let's see if we can find another pop that has the migrating thing. I just need one. Where the last one was on. Well, we need some pops to fully grow on some other planets first. Bashpad mining. No, that's not it. There was a pop that moved off here recently, but he's not there anymore. Or, well, there isn't one anymore. Not right now, anyways. Amazingly, we just got one growing there. Razzlegethi Mines? No, I don't see one. Razzlegethi Gulag. I don't see one. Yeah, I'll admit I was not able to figure out on my own what that was. And I never got around to asking what the heck it meant on the Reddit because I just eventually discarded it as like, well, it's clearly not something critically important because it disappears after a while. Oh, does Voidborn unlock habitats in the moment on console? So in the current version, habitats are attacked. Voidborn improves them. Yes, Voidborn is the requirement. It's the Ascension Perk requirement. Where the heck did it go? I lost it. There it is. Effects unlock station habitat. We can't build them without Voidborn, and you need Voidborn to get the Circle of Life, which allows the constructing a ring world. So it's 2 Ascension Perks for building ring. If you want to build ring worlds, that's usually why I forgo it and why I get super happy if I can get systems like Cybrex Alpha in my own territory, because I know that's got a ring world in it that I can repair. Or if you stomp a materialist fallen empire, because they have 3 ring worlds in their territory.
Construction complete.
Alright, so Bashpad mining, yes. Borchi Foods, Blorg, Bashpad mining, those are all done. Now let's see, Razzlegethi Mines. Wow, we're all done on Razzlegethi Mines too. I love it. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that planet anymore. Bistramar Power, on the other hand, we're done here as well. Very cool. Are there any yellow triangle pops on your homeworld? If so, it can't be migration. They're not. The only spot that they are on is here on Rassalas Mines. And when I checked the happiness, like this pop had recent immigrant plus 10%, right? This pop, who doesn't have that triangle, does not have the recent immigrant thing, for obvious reasons. This pop, I think, migrated here. Doesn't have the recent immigrant modifier. This guy does. I just double-checked my mic. I was like, man, have I been talking this whole time with my mic muted again? I would have killed myself. Not literally, but, Okay, Zuner, we're working on the next part of the Dyson Sphere. So Dyson Sphere done, 1600 days, must resign about the same time. Okay, so around the same time that we can start the next section of the Dyson Sphere, we can breach the Shroud again. Sorry, it really has been so long. I don't mean to ask stupid questions. Don't worry about it, man. I'm playing a game that's like 2.5 years old compared to what you're used to now. You know what we need to do? Oh, do we have the processing plant being upgraded? Yes. I don't know why I didn't do that first. I'm just not paying attention, I guess. Stupid. Exploration lab. No, I want flash coolant now. Please and thank you. 19 months for that. Not bad. Okay, so our minerals have actually shot up about 150 points per month, which is fantastic. Why didn't I make this a physics lab? Wait, what? Hold the phone. It said 2. I thought that the tile was generating another point in physics, but it's not. It's just there's so many bonuses that even the basic like engineering and biolab facilities are generating 2 points of physics right now. That's interesting. If the pop is happy enough.
Construction complete.
Okay, what do we got here? Independence guaranteed, blah, blah, blah. Don't care about that. I'm busy. I'm busy developing my empire. These Blorg will be the greatest Blorg that have ever graced the universe. Alright, now we got the mining network here. Okay, Jabeth Mines. Now this colony is going to crank out a lot of minerals because we've got the plus 25% minerals modifier. So that's going to be awesome. Rasselas Mines, what are you building? Razzlegath Gulag, you're done. Bistromar Power, okay. So most of the places where we're no longer constructing something is because we don't need to anymore, which is good. Leone Foods will be just about done. Awesome. So that's done. All right. So we're almost back to the point where all we're doing is improving our latest colonies. I should say, improving? Is that the right word? Not really. Okay, we don't need administrative efficiency, cell revitalization, whatever, who cares, don't need that yet. Talent acquisition would be kind of nice to reduce the cost of new leaders. Let's get more army damage, though. Rasselas Mines, I'm going to still work on improving that. Let's just upgrade what we can upgrade for the sake of upgrading it. Everything except for the mineral silo, obviously, because that doesn't do anything except to increase our storage capacity of minerals, which is right now 58,000, so it's a while before that gets filled up. All right, let's get matter compression. What do we got? Jabeth Mines. No, mining network 3. What's your favorite setup for a species? Watching you play makes me want to start a new game. Honestly, I like going the super science heavy route. So intelligent plus either natural physicists or natural engineers, usually natural physicists, plus rapid breeders for increased growth speed, and then non-adaptive. And make it fanatic materialist with like a little bit of either militarism or xenophilia or egalitarian, because that's very easy to please an egalitarian faction and get more influence. And then the civics, technocracy, and cutthroat politics. That's one of the earliest setups that I came up with, and I still... Actually, I think I deleted that empire now, but it's one that I still kind of swear by, because you get 25% bonus science production to the particular science field of your choosing right off the bat. Okay, so here, this guy is migrating. We're going to keep an eye on him. He's migrating to Rasselas Mines, 19 months remaining. So I promised myself I wouldn't stay up beyond 4 a.m. as I do still have work to do in a few hours, so I have to go. Thank you so much again. We appreciate you. We'll be in touch about a few things I suspect, and I'll try to stop in every now and then when I'm up late. Okay, I appreciate it, Truth Sayer. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, get some sleep, dude. Sleep is important. But thank you for coming by and answering a couple questions for us, man. Greatly appreciated. And please don't PM me when the update is dropping if you find out, because I'll probably leak that information if I'm not allowed to. Not that I'm bad at keeping secrets, I'll just be so excited and like completely, and I'll see the update is coming at this part, but not see the rest of the paragraph where it says, hey, I'm telling you this in confidence, you can't tell anybody else, please keep it to yourself, blah, blah, blah. I'll have read the first sentence and completely disregarded everything else. Let's put this guy, I can't put him there yet because we need the mining network first. I want to put him next to the Capitol building though, so that we can make use of the adjacency bonuses from the Capitol building. This guy we'll put down here though, because he's still growing. Jabeth Mines, finished construction, cool, and then Pleon Science, we're done there. Much more than welcome, be amazing everyone. Take care, man. You can PM Matt Morals. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been an hour already. I started like right on time too, just about. Yeah. Oops, sorry, I just whacked the mic. Apologies for that. Now the only reason our energy is really going up at all is because of that Dyson Sphere. I'm surprised it's gone up as much as it has though. Well, we have replaced a bunch of Unity buildings with power plants as well, so there's that. It wasn't just the Dyson Sphere. I was expecting it to go down to like less than 200 still because we're building a bunch of battleships. We still got 2 more from Bistromar Power on the way. Really? Why is these are taking a long ass time? We can't get arms race, can we? No, we have to be fanatic materialist, I believe. I think so. But we definitely want more battleships. Well, how much longer for the next section of the Dyson Sphere? Because we'll need 40,000 minerals for that. 1,000 days, jeez. Okay, Juven Mandate, Chimerianic Republic, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what has happened in that war? The Juven Mandate's practically gone. Oh, no, wait, no, never mind. I forgot that they... Never mind, I'm an idiot. Alari Star Technocracy has declared war on the Star Realm of Cinematis Prime again.
Incoming transmission.
Ugh, those guys just do not like each other. Hey, you want to give us 100 minerals for some star charts? No! And now we've got the Great Juven Assembly, which is clearly a new thing. Where are they anyways? Oh, there they are. Let's see if we can contact them and make them like a... Demand tribute. Yes. Let's see what happens. This is probably the best arrangement given our current position. Yes, it is. Thank you. So now they've increased our economy even more. Oh, wow. They're giving us 6.5 minerals per month. Beautiful. It's amazing. We will be the most economical superpower in the galaxy because of this. Governing ethics shift in Tranquil Cinematis League. They've become more militarist. Interesting. Flash coolant is done. Let's get focusing arrays 2. Need to work on those. Anyways, I want to queue up a few more battleships. So Bistromar Power, we're going to build one more. Now, how many more can we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh man, that's a few too many for my liking. But I'll definitely do Pleon Science. Let's get a few more here. Battleship, Razzlegathi Mines, Razzlegathi Gulag, Jabeth Mines. That's another 5. And then Muford Power. Let's get a 6th one. I probably should get Corvettes though, because Corvettes, like the battleships, get pretty much one shot by the giant laser from the Dimensional Horror, or the Ether Drake, really, now that I think about it. We're going to want the Ether Drake first, because that's over here. Somebody else might take them. We don't want somebody else destroying the Ether Drake. Doesn't look like anybody's moving in position to do that, though. Or is very capable of doing that, I should say. And we still have the Shrouded Avatar and the Dreadnought on our side as well, which is beautiful. We need to make our move within 1,000 days. Okay, so once the battleships... The yellow is migration buff. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of glad I found out because I never knew that. I've always wondered what it is, but it didn't strike me as terribly important, so eventually I was just like, eh. Okay, so what does... this guy has 15% additional evasion, has cautious and fleet logistician, just like this guy, and he's a higher level, so that's currently the better admiral to have in control of things. All right, move this guy down here. Now that these mining networks are done. Jebeth mines. Could probably build up buildings on these planets. Alright, I'm going to do one last check through all of our planets just to be sure that we do not need to build anything still. Now, we're still going to get some Unity per month because I'm keeping things like energy nexuses and paradise domes, and obviously our planetary capitals are generating Unity as well. So we're still generating 80 points of Unity per month, but that's fine. It's significantly less than the plus 300 something that we had earlier. So I think we've gotten rid of all of our Unity generation buildings, which is good. I can't move this guy off of that one, so whatever. Rasselgethic Gulag, we're good there. So just Jebeth mines and Rasselas mines require construction. Cool, I think we got everything kind of figured out here now. Ooh, not the mineral silo, not yet. Did I upgrade that once by accident? No, I did not. Good. Okay, I'll upgrade that one. I can't upgrade that one, so we're going to do this one. Now this one. Our economy probably just took a small hit because we just finished a few battleships. Alright, so before that's done, how much longer for this battleship to finish? 116 days. Okay, so how many corvettes can we build in that time? We can get 3. 3 on each planet. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, shoot! I don't have a spaceport here. Why am I so stupid? Alright, let's just get more here as well. There we go. And Bashpat mining. There. Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to want to move the fleet over here to Pleione because it's way closer to Ether Drake. So Pleione silence, right? Silent. I call it Pleione silence again. Oh my gosh. I haven't done that for like 2 episodes, but whatever. It's all good. All good. Alright, we should be okay. How much longer for that? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Boon of the Shroud. We still got 800 days for that weapons damage bonus. I think we'll be okay. We should be more than okay to take out the Ether Drake. And maybe we could sneak in a kill on the Dimensional Horror as well if we still have enough time to make use of that damage bonus. I doubt it, but you know, we'll see. So it should be about the same amount of time. Ooh, less than that. 750 days. Okay. I forgot how fast. Ooh, I forgot how fast time can go in this game when you're not paying attention. And I don't mean IRL time. I mean like in-game time. It can.
Construction complete.
I'll be honest. I had a total brain fart and forgot that DJ Truthsayer was one of the Paradox employees because I interacted with him on some of the Paradox console streams last year. And I've seen him posting in the forums. How big is that favorable alliance anyways? Complete. So we're actually catching up to overall fleet power compared to some of these other people now. Also, our ships all have the side jump drive, don't they? They should be able to jump, like, so fast. Three days. Yeah, every 3 days. Another 3 days. Yeah, like, they move fast now. It's beautiful. IRL time can go fast, too, when playing this game. Yeah, I can attest to that. Dude, like, the first week or two that I was playing this game, I would lose track so badly, and it's like, oh my god, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, I gotta go to bed, I gotta work tomorrow. But just, I can play just one more year. Just 10 more minutes. Yeah, it never worked out that way. Ever. Alright, so about 2 years, and then we got to do the next section of the Dyson Sphere. We lose the weapons damage bonus, and we can contact the Shroud again. So hopefully all of our ships regroup by then. It's these ones way over here in Giyagawa that I'm worried about, but how quickly are they moving? They jump every 4 days? 5 days? 9 days. Probably because of their distance from friendly territory. Yeah, there's a big penalty because of the distance from friendly territory. That's what it is. There's a whole bunch. There's the Crystal Nidus is over here. I totally forgot about it. We should take that out as well. If we can. Is the Crystal Nidus even there anymore? I don't think so. Well, that's not good. Oh, here's the other... Hi, Paradox is my boss. When's the update? Roar! Exactly. I just remembered the other thing we need is a sentry array. Well, not need, but the other thing that would be hella useful. We need to get on top of knocking out these bloody Leviathans because we're past the 200-year mark. Who knows when an endgame crisis is going to turn up. We want to get the bonuses from these Leviathans. Well, there's no real bonuses. Oh, what the? Oh, the Ether Drake's dead. Somebody already killed it. Shoot. Now we got to move our ships all the way back to Bistermar. All right, here we go. That's unfortunate. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and contact with Zeracorp again, I think. Can you aid us in our research? No, they're already helping us with that. Let's see. Zeracorp or Rig and Commerce? Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay. Trade for minerals. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Just got 5,000 more minerals, which is what we need. Okay, how are we doing? 500 days still for mustering psionic strength. And before we got to do the next section of the Dyson Sphere. Damn, I'm a little bit upset that somebody beat us to the Ether Drake. Well, it's not really that big of a deal, though, because the major benefits from the Ether Drake is the Dragon's Horde thing here. And, you know, the chance of either getting an infantile Ether Drake or artificial dragon scales armor for your ships, which is the best armor in the game. It's basically tier 6 armor, better than neutronium.
Research complete.
What the? Governing ethics shift instituted mandate. They are now more xenophilic. Okay. Let's just get hull integrity. I don't really care for assembly algorithms right now. Here's a question. Do we have... No, we don't. Did I not do a single tier of gravitational analysis? No. Oh, no, we did. We did all 5 tiers of it. Okay. Strange. It doesn't show up. Okay, well, whatever. Let's get flash coolant grade 2. I'm kind of curious how quick our pops are growing. Well, our organic Blorg pops. 1.65 per month. Only plus 0.2 from this food surplus that we have. That's not as good as I thought it would be. But, yeah, it's okay. Jebeth Mines. We can build the next mine right here. So I'm thinking the next mega structure we do is a sentry array because the sensors will be super useful. Then we get probably another Dyson Sphere after that, so that we have a boatload of energy coming in to really float our big fleet. Because I got a feeling we'll have a crisis by then, around the time that we finish the sentry array, if not sooner. Can we get the next section of the Dyson Sphere? No, we still got a year. They want to give us energy credits for a research agreement. I'm in. We can trade those away. There we go. Alright, so we have enough minerals for the next section of the Dyson Sphere. That's what we want. We're just waiting for all of our little military ships to regroup in Bistramar. And it looks like they're pretty close. Looks like they're almost there. Okay. How much longer do I have for this bonus? About a year, so... Yeah, I think we're just going to go for it now. How much do we have? We have 4 more Corvettes coming in, 27 Corvettes, 13 battleships, a Dreadnought, and a Shrouded Avatar. That's going to have to be enough. What you doing on Friday night? Saw the post earlier. Friday, I've been streaming Stellaris Console still for the last little while, but I play multiplayer. And I try to get different people coming into play because how I wanted to do the multiplayer streams, I'm not sure if you were there for this when I first started doing them almost 2 months ago. What I wanted to do was start a multiplayer game with a few people, and each week not only get different people in, but if some of the same people were in the game to play, or if the same team got together, like the same 4 of us were together, you know, myself and the same 3 people from last week, we all switch to a different empire. We can't play the same empire 2 weeks in a row. The problem is I can't do that. As the host of the game, I cannot change empires, which really, really sucks. So that was a bit of a wash. But every week I still try to get different people in the game. And since I'm the host and I can't change my empire, I just play the same empire. And the new people that come in, I've had it where the same people have come, I think, 2-3 weeks in a row. And they never play the same empire 2 weeks in a row. So they they take control of a new empire, and it's kind of amusing because sometimes they're like, what the fuck is going on here? What were you doing? And it is kind of funny. Sorry, I keep bumping the mic accidentally. It is a little bit unfair because I have an advantage. I play the same empire the whole time, but at the same time, we're not actively like trying really hard to just go kill each other. So that's what happens. It would be a lot easier if I didn't have to host, but the problem with that is only the host can save or load a save state of that multiplayer game. So whoever first created that game, that's the only person. That's the only person that can make a save file in that game still. And that's the only person that can, you know, by extension, that's the only person that can make a multiplayer lobby with that save file, which kind of sucks. But, you know, what can you do? I can go into observer mode if I die.
Complete.
What about 60 Corvettes? All right, it's time. We're going to take on the dimensional horror. We got this. We got this. We got... Oh, wait. Whoa, hold the phone. Wait, where can we... Okay, we don't want to... All right, that's what we want to do. We want to go here, and then this way, and then go here. Because we want to warp in, like, right on top of it. Right there from Sulfaris. We don't want to warp in from the other side of the system where it can blast a couple of the battleships before they even get in range. And definitely some of our Corvettes. Our Corvettes will be close enough they can make use of these Devastator torpedoes.
Construction complete.
Yeah, that's what we want. Alright, let's see. Rasseless Mines. We're kind of all done construction here, so let's just upgrade the mineral silo to increase our storage capacity. So we still have the Boon of the Shroud. Oh no! Not for long. I stopped paying attention because I was too busy yakking. Uh-oh. 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 Get over there quickly, guys. 60 Corvettes a few weeks ago. Yeah, somebody had this bright idea where it's like, all right, I'm going to start amping up the military on my of my empire. I'm going to start building. They started building 60 Corvettes, but the following week there was only myself and 2 other people, and those 2 people could not play that same empire because one of them was in that empire. So an AI took control of that empire that just spammed 60 Corvettes like in a really early stage of the game. So that AI actually kind of went on a bit of a rampage and annihilated a few people. It was really amusing. How much longer? Okay, so the big thing is if we can keep that Boon of the Shroud, 42 days, plus 20% weapon damage, but we also have the plus 25% damage to the Dimensional Horror that you can get from the Curators. So I think we got this. They're going to warp in 4 days, and then we do battle. The Dimensional Horror will die. What's done? There we go. All right, and then we need to do the last stage of the mineral silo. We never have to upgrade that again. So we've got the Boon of the Shroud for 34 days. Is there anything listed on Discord about it? Times, etc. I don't have anything listed. I largely list like my stream times and whatnot in the description of all my YouTube videos that I upload. But typically it's Tuesdays and Fridays from 9 to 11 Eastern Standard Time. So pretty much from the time that I started tonight's stream, which you were here for. Yes, you said hello from UK. So the same time, I usually start an hour earlier on Fridays, which I have not mentioned, but it's because a lot of the people that have joined me on those Friday streams are from the East Coast, and rather than start the stream at 9 o'clock their time and go till like midnight, I start at 8 o'clock their time and we go till 10 or 11, so that they still get a decent sleep as well. And it's kind of worked out. All right, here we go. We have the Psionic Avatar and the Automated Dreadnought with a support fleet against the Dimensional Horror. I have a strong feeling we're going to thrash this horror. Actually, we need to check on the Dyson Sphere. We should be able to start the next section. 3 days. Never mind. So pretty much when the next month rolls over. I'm going to have to pause the battle as soon as it starts. Horror in the void. It can't be good. Rawr. Okay, there. Pause the game really quick. There we go. Dyson Sphere is pumping out 200 energy per month now. Let's do the next section. 440,000 minerals down the drain. Okay, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's do this. Blam, blam, blam! There goes those Tachyon lances that I wanted. And something just got blasted by his big super laser. We're losing Corvettes. We've already lost 2 battleships. Corvettes are dropping, but we got a big volley of Devastator torpedoes coming in. Don't know how much damage this is going to do. Some of those torpedoes are getting shot down. Ooh, that took a big chunk of health off. Look at them go. I think it's safe to say that we got this in the bag. Everything is doing lots of damage. Just these big volleys of plasma flying in. Doing lots of damage. Here, I'm going to slow this down. It's coming in up the offside. He's got a torpedo volley coming up this jugular. Oh, he takes that one right on the chin, but he continues battling like a real man. Thousands of plasma volleys coming in, but the Dimensional Horde is completely unfazed as it readies for another major mouth laser attack. Incoming torpedoes from the Corvettes once more, but the Dimensional Horde is unfazed as it shoots half of them down. This is going to be a real ringer, folks. All the way to the 9th round. And it's done. Sorry. That was completely unnecessary, but I felt like doing it anyways. Bite me. Alright, so we lost 15 Corvettes and 4 battleships. That's fine. They were kind of cannon fodder anyways. The Shrouded Avatar did not get shot at all. The Dreadnought took a decent amount of damage. Interesting. I'm curious, how much damage did it take? Oh, there it is. Dreadnought, Type 46. Well, I can't tell. Whatever. You are now American in my eye. Banished. Let's see what will come of it. Alright, you guys need to pull back and get repaired. Alright, so what did we finish construction of? That thing. Okay, so we want the science ship from Pleione flying over here and doing this research project, and then it can survey that black hole. And then you can fly all the way back to Pleione Science specifically, and do that thingy. Now the real question is, have we made our civilian ships as best as the best they can be? It looks like we have. Side jump drives on the science ships, that's what we want. All the transport ships. Side jump drives, yes. And a little bit of shields and armor, too. Cool. We finished a research project. I totally forget which one. Let's do proclamation broadcasts. Increase the duration of our edicts, namely our planetary edicts. That's always handy. There we go. Can we reach into the Shroud again? We probably can. Yes, we can. Okay. So we did get to make use of the weapon damage bonus in the last little bit there. I'll pause this. What have we got here? The concept of time, as we know it, is alien to this part of the Shroud. What can seem like centuries here may equal mere hours or even minutes in the real world. If one knows where to look, it is even possible to glimpse into the future. Precognition is one of the surest paths to madness for a telepath, so we must use caution. We have a chance here to get the Precognitive Interface, which we did! Precognition Interface. A limited precognitive connection to the Shroud can be maintained without risking insanity, but the massive influx of probability data is too overwhelming to be of much practical use. Still, if a digital interface could be devised to interpret this data, it could potentially be applied to improve the performance of our starship's combat computers. Exit the Shroud. So we officially have every good, useful technology from the Shroud. Precognition interface. This is what the precognition interface does. It's a computer, so it will take the place of the sentient combat computer on these things here. So for the Corvette, the sentient combat computer increases chance to hit by 5%, increases chance to evade by 6%, and combat speed by 20%. The precognition interface increases chance to evade by 11%. So there's no increased chance to hit, just 11% chance to evade, and still that plus 20% combat speed. Hacking, and I think it's plus 9 chance to evade, and no extra chance to hit, which is pretty sweet. Similar thing here with the cruiser one. Let's take a look-see here. So the destroyer, yeah, tracking 14, chance to evade plus 9. And then the cruiser, chance to hit is still plus 4, fire rate plus 10%, but chance to evade plus 5. Precognitive interface battleship, weapons damage plus 5%, chance to hit plus 5, and tracking plus 5. So pretty good computer. Sentient combat computer on the battleship. The sentient combat computer does plus 5% fire rate, which is quite good, and plus 10% weapons damage. So we're probably going to leave the sentient combat computer on our cruisers and our battleships, but our destroyers and our corvettes would really benefit from that increased evasion. I've found out the hard way that increasing the evasion of our battleships and cruisers by, 5%, 6%, not as good as it sounds. Okay, gotta go. Keep up the good work, dude. I'll be back next time. Alright, buddy. Thanks for dropping by. I know it's like super early in the morning. Like I said, my cousin lives in Brighton, so I mentally keep track of what time it is in her world so that I'm not texting her at friggin' 3 a.m. So, right now. Anyways, you have a good one, buddy. I hope to see you next week.
Construction complete.
Where's that science ship? What's taking him so long? Oh, there it is. You're getting there. You're getting there. All right. You know, the other thing, too, is I just realized if the Prothoran shows up, in theory, we should be able to communicate with them since we have done the psionic ascension path. Because that's a thing. Alright, now we need to start redesigning our ships. Our battleship, we're going to leave as is. Destroyer, definitely don't want to... Okay, we're going to do... I think I'm going to do picket ship bow, which will give more... hang on. Alright, neutron torpedoes on our corvettes now, obviously. So that means we got to take out a thing of shields and put in a thing of power. So we'll leave that alone. We should still be able to do the precognitive interface. Now, what I like to do for my destroyers is I like to do either gunship bow and picket ship stern, so that you have one thing of flak, 2 small plasma cannons, and 2 things of what's it called? Point defense. But what I prefer doing, actually, is I like doing gunship stern, and this is where we put flak artillery, and a picket ship bow. So we only have 1 thing of point defense on our destroyers, but we still have the 2 plasma cannons, which is really good. However, we gain an extra medium slot for utilities. So this gives us a chance to put in, you know, more armor, more shields. In this case, we're going to do more shields. Oh wait, what am I doing? We need more psionic shields. Or is this even more shields? Hang on. Okay, what did we have? We had 2 things of small psionic shields. So we should be able to change it where this is now a flak artillery. Let me change this to a picket ship bow with more 0-point power things. Put that to a guardian point defense, plasma cannon, and we leave that alone. Then that's fine. Now we should be able to change this. There we go. Actually, we can change both of these. Hell yeah. Actually, you know what? I wonder if we could just flat out go like this. It's pretty much the same thing, isn't it? 300 shield hit points and 6.6. So, okay, so if we do... Wait, what? It's actually better if we do the 2 small psionic shields. Because, okay, 1 thing of small psionic shields is 150 shield hit points and 4.6 shield regen. A medium is 300 shield hit points. So the same amount as 2 smalls, but 6.6 shield regeneration per day, I guess. So the shield regen will actually be better if we do 2 small psionic shields. It will still be 300 shields total, but the shield regen will be better. It will actually be... instead of just 6.6, it'll be 9.2. That's a pretty significant improvement. Almost another 50%, so about 40% improved shield regen for doing 2 more small size shields. Alright, so the destroyer is like super defensive now. It's basically just going to be a defensive line against enemy strike craft and missiles, and, you know, corvettes that are going after our battleships. This is really the only way that I like to build my destroyers. Obviously, I get rid of this kind of, you know, the point defense and the flak artillery if I'm not dealing with strike craft or incoming missiles or any of that kind of garbage. The cruiser. What are we going to do with the cruiser? I don't think we're going to do anything with the cruiser. We're just going to leave it. And the battleship, we're also going to leave it. I'll change to flak artillery if necessary, but I think that's it. I think we just needed neutron torpedoes on the corvettes. Oh, you know what? That's what we'll do on the cruiser. We'll do an ultra torpedo cruiser. I like that. 0 point, 0 point, 0 point, and then we do shield capacitors. Shield capacitors, the problem with 2 neutron torpedo launchers is they take up a lot of power. So we're going to need some more. Drop 1 thing of armor. There we go. Okay, I like that better. I like that a lot better. All right. So we still have 3 medium plasma cannons. Okay range. decent accuracy and tracking, but we got 2 small ones now to deal with little high evasion enemy ships. We also have the double neutron torpedo launchers, which are fantastic. Those combined with the neutron torpedoes from the corvettes will just shred shields, basically having our corvettes and our cruisers lining them up while our Tachyon Lance battleships knock them down. I like it. One sec.
Construction complete.
Ooh, excuse me. Apologies. Alright, what do we got going on here? Build that. Alright, beautiful.
Research complete.
Alright, now what do we got? Let's do focusing arrays. How many more leaders can we get? Geez, a bunch. Another sentient AI. Oh, a spark of genius. Spark of genius plus psychic. Interesting. I was hoping for somebody with an expertise in particles because that would increase the chances that a particles technology shows up. Oh, hey, there's one right here.
Construction complete.
So when I finish things like focusing arrays and flash coolant, that'll increase the odds that the other one, you know, when I finish this focusing arrays, the odds are higher that I'll get flash coolant. And maybe even focusing arrays a second time. Who knows? People, I don't need to look at that. Or that. It's edicts that I'm worried about. Okay, joining optimizations. What else can we in? Not really anything else. Okay, that's fine. Faction species. Nope. Nothing there. Ship designer, we've already been through that. Situation log? Oh, that's almost done. Beautiful. I like that. Cool. What the heck are all these ships? What are these guys doing? You guys all saw that, right? Is the G-Brew Corporation at war with somebody? Ooh, 6,000 physics and society research. Beautiful. No, they're at war with the Star Realm of Cinematis Primus and the Juven Mandate. Jeez, these guys just don't get a break.
System survey complete.
System survey complete. Haven't heard that in a long time. Alright, how about the next bit of the Dyson Sphere? Still got a ways to go. That's fine. I'm probably going to end it in about 20 minutes here anyways. Agenda, national purity. Mrr. Oh yeah, we're an oligarchy now. I totally forgot about that. Dope. Okay, so we have some extra energy credits just kind of lying around. Where was that system with the 3 planets? I believe it was here. Yes, okay. So we got a 20-tile Savannah world. That must be this one. Yeah, nope, that's not it. Definitely not that one either. Alright. Here we go. Any planet modifiers? Nope. We're going to go ahead and terraform it into a tropical world. Boop. There we go. And to top it off, this one here, no planet modifiers here either, but we'll also terraform into a tropical world. And this one here, what do we got? Society output plus 20%, beautiful. Plus, and then we've got additional plus 5% habitability and plus 10% growth speed. Not too bad. Unfortunately, the loss in habitability and happiness from hostile fauna kind of overrides that other one there. The atmospheric aphrodisiac. Here's a question. Would an alien species call it an aphrodisiac? Because the name itself, aphrodisiac, kind of stems from the Greek goddess of love and beauty, Aphrodite. At least one would make that connection. Whether or not I'm right, I don't really know, or I really give a shit. But would the same connection be made? Precognitive Interface. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. Let's get talent acquisition. Actually, do we want that? No, let's get administrative efficiency. Do we want that? No, let's get talent acquisition. Sorry. Can't make up my mind. What do we got here anyways? We have 2 worlds. This is an 18-tile Alpine world or some shit. This one, plus 5% minerals. But it's only got 13 tiles. They call it love-making juice. No, I think something else is called that, if memory serves me correctly. But to aliens? Yeah, that's very possible. I'm trying to like imagine a Blorg couple like talking dirty to each other in my head. Oh baby. I can't put it into words. Okay, my brain is going to dark places. I need to distract myself. Okay, we need to work on our fleet. We need to build more military ships. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Let's see. Any more neutral stuff that we want to worry about? Well, probably these guys, the crystal stuff. So let's start moving our guys down there. I'm a little concerned though. Where was the crystal nidus? I want to find that. Because it'd be great to get crystal forged plating. Or did we already take that thing out? I don't think so. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody else has already taken it out, though, because it's just the crystal nidus. It's not like it's terribly strong. It would be in a pulsar system, which isn't any of these. None of these are a pulsar, really? Damn. Oh, Blorgy. Oh, Blorgy, baby. Blorgato is so hot right now. I am secreting mushroom mucus. All right, we're taking this conversation to some disturbing places, so for the sake of my sanity, I do ask that we stop. Incoming transmission. Nope. Great Juven Assembly, eh? If you want my star charts. You're going to have to give me something. Oops. How about some minerals? Oh, you don't want to give me minerals. All right, fine. Screw you. How about I just give them to you for free? You know? Star charts. Here you go. Confirm. There you go. Have fun. Enjoy. Our minerals are really coming in. I like it. Okay, so I'm going to disable the rally point. Oh, wait. No, we need to get our ships upgraded. I totally forgot about that. They're way down there already. Oh, man. No, you know what? We don't need our ships upgraded. Screw that. Just move them down here. Focusing arrays there, and then flash coolant 3 as well. Beautiful, I like it. The plan is coming together. Okay, so the rally point's disabled there. We're going to set the next rally point. Let's just put it over like Pleione, because we have a science nexus there. And I kind of want it protected, sort of. Rally point. I don't know what to put in the last slot here, though. What do we... Cruiser assembly yards, I guess. Let's go ahead and do that. Raslas. Mines. Need to blah, 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 blah. Vomit up a whole bunch of spaceport upgrades. Here's the real question. Do we need solar panel networks anymore? I don't think so. So while that upgrades... We're going to swap out some of these things. Alright, first off, we're going to get the cruiser assembly yards, the destroyer assembly yards, and the corvette assembly yards. There we go. Okay, cool. Borchi Foods, same thing. Cruiser assembly yards, destroyer assembly yards, and corvette assembly yards. Now the real question is, what do I do here? Observatory. I think I'll get rid of the destroyer assembly yards because that is the one ship type that I build the least of. So we'll not bother with the destroyer assembly yards. We want to keep the observatory so that we maintain that science bonus on those planets that are generating science. And this one too, same thing, just cruiser and corvette assembly yards. All right. There we go. All right, Bistramar Power, cruiser, destroyer, corvette. Cruiser, destroyer, corvette. All right, so I got the Gulag, same thing here. All right, cruiser, destroyer, corvette. Cruiser, destroyer, corvette, and then Rassless Mines is still in the process, so we're going to see our food go down a bit, but not too much, I don't think. Probably about 30 points. Oh, excuse me. Oh. I'm actually getting a little sleepy. Mining network, there we go. Rassless Mines. Let's see. Do we have all the adjacent... Oh.
Research complete.
Oh, I fucked up. I put the mineral silo right next to... Yeah, I fucked up. I put the mineral silo right next to the Capitol building. Let's get transgenic crops because we're going to lose some food production, so let's try and compensate for that a little bit. I cannot believe I did that without noticing. I feel extremely stupid right now. I needed the mineral silo, like... Damn. I needed it up here or something. Have you ever done a hive mind? Fun fact, I'm working... Well, I shouldn't say I'm working on. Fun fact, I'm on my third Iron Man single player of it, but I'm playing... My current playthrough is a hive mind devouring swarm on hard difficulty with high AI aggression. As I am trying to figure out a strategy for that. I also need to play as hive mind more to determine things like what are the best... Empire Civics for a hive mind, because before the next update comes out, not only do I want to get out some mechanics videos covering more topics like the ones that I released today, which was about traditions and Ascension perks, but I also want to get some tier lists out there. I don't know when this update is going to drop, and when it does, things are changing. Some traits will be different, some Empire Civics will be different, so I want to release, ones that are current and relevant to the version of the game that we have right now. Just in case some new players, like brand new players, are ever looking for something like it at some point in the near future. Which could happen, you never know. Alright, how are we doing? Mustering psionic strength. Still got 3 years. Wakegi Combine and the Interstellar Cinematis Nation. They don't like each other. Very interesting.
Construction complete.
Okay. This is the last mining network on Jabeth Mines that we need to worry about. We'll have over 200 minerals being generated each month on this planet. That's beautiful. I will admit, I have done hive mind, in the past, like in fall, I think there were, I did like 2 very short hive mind playthroughs. I'll be totally honest, I don't really like them as much as just a regular Empire. They have significant advantages, though. You don't have to worry about the happiness of your pops. You don't deal with factions, which can be a problem. Your ruler is immortal, so like that's a plus. But I feel that there are some downsides because there's no factions. You don't get you can't get the crazy influence income that trade deal duration expiring. All right, you can't get the crazy amounts of influence incomes that you can with a regular empire with happy factions. Like, let's see how much we're getting from our factions right now. 3.2, not great, but pretty decent. You know, especially with one planet strategy, I've had it where we're getting like 7 influence per month just from our factions. Never mind other things like cutthroat politics or planetary unification technologies, that kind of stuff, or from rivals and other stuff like that. How many subjects do we have? I don't even remember. Well, the Awoken are gone. Let's see, can we... They must be at peace. Except that it's minus 75. They won't take it. Okay. That's fine. There are definitely some advantages to playing as a hive mind, though. I believe in natural increased growth speed, a natural boost to influence is another one. Engineering output, physics output, society output, energy credits, and happiness. Okay. Like it does come with some bonuses that are just built in there for the fact that you are a hive mind. Okay, so all of these neutral entities are probably wiped out. We are way too late. And that's fine. Take it by force. Yeah, no kidding. I wonder if we can do that. Can we declare war on them?
Research complete.
Oh. We must break our non-aggression pact, and our war philosophy doesn't allow us declaring wars of aggression. Which is, I guess, acceptable. Let's get matter compression. Since that's only grade 3. We already have grade 5 mineral isolation or whatever. And we need to trade away some energy now that we have full capacity. Up, 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 up. There we go. 60,000 minerals capacity. What else? What else? What else? What else? Well, our energy is taking a bit of a hit because we keep... They're going to go upgrade over there. We keep building modules on our spaceports that require maintenance. And we no longer have the... brain fart. Solar panel networks. Okay. I would like to breach the Shroud one more time before we call it a night. I'm done here in about 5 minutes. I'm gonna have to get ready for bed. Excuse me. Thirsty. Whew. Alright, let's activate a couple edicts, shall we? Production targets. Yippers. And I'm not materialist, so we don't have Spirit of Science, which sucks. Razalgethic Mines, Razalgethic Gulag, Production Targets, Jabeth Mines, Production Targets, and we'll do the same on Rassalas Mines. Actually, we'll also do Infrastructure Projects and Production Targets. There we go. That just shot our economy up from about 905 minerals per month to 978. Not a huge increase, but it's definitely a noticeable increase. Excuse me. Yeah, Tony, I do kind of wish that PS4 and Xbox could play together as well. And you were able to use game chat to communicate with each other. More and more games are getting cross-platform these days, I've noticed. Which is kind of cool. Okay, so let's get the battleship assembly yards first, and then the cruiser assembly yards, and then we want the engineering bay, the fleet academy, yes, definitely, and then the destroyer and corvette assembly yards. Well, those guys are rivaling each other. Did you die? Oh, you're back. I just had to mute the mic for... I just had to mute the mic for a moment.
Incoming transmission.
Bistramar Power. What do we have? Don't we have like a psionic avatar? No, we just have Psi Warriors. Oh, man. End of the star realm of Cinematus Primus. Yeah, big surprise. Active sensor link, eh? Alright, sure. I didn't realize there was that many armies, but cool. I need to put commando groups in more. Oh, why do I have... Oh yeah, I totally forgot we made some defense armies. I need to check my planets. Which planets did I do that on? Not Muford Power, not Borchi Foods. What about Blorg? Definitely not Blorg. Pleione Science I did. Okay. What are we going to give them? Probably Clone Commandos. Yeah, we'll just give everybody Clone Commandos. So I do only have a few armies. I thought I had way more than that from looking at that, and I was like, wow, I must have constructed a lot of armies. Bistramar Power, that's the one we're looking for. Stupid. I do like how equipping army attachments is instantaneous. I think that's kind of cool. Oops, not that one. There we go. Okay, so we have 6 Psi Warriors, 6 regular assault armies. You know what? We're going to get 6 Xenomorph armies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why? Because I'm weird and I really like even numbers. Call me crazy. Alright, so once those are done, we'll give them Clone Commandos or something else. Upgrade that. What do we got now? Research agreement. Yeah, Kundan Republic. Nice, please. Alari Star Technocracy. United Synthetic Confederation? What? Vassalization request. Wow, okay. Neat. United Synthetic Confederation. Where are those guys? Are they robots now? No way! That's cool. I don't know what these guys did. They either, there was either like some kind of a rebellion or something. I don't know. Or it's possible that these are the remnants of... Oh, man. Tranquil Cinematus League. Did these guys do it? No. It's seriously... honestly, it looks like these guys were, like, liberated. But... my first guess was like somebody synthetically ascended. which is cool. I've never seen an AI empire do that before. That's why I'm kind of... What? What the hell's your problem? You want a piece of me? Oh, we've been rivals with them this whole time. It's just... Now... They're declaring us their rivals. They're only just doing that just now. That's awfully silly. Anyways. Okay, so we should be able to breach the Shroud again. Oh, man, we still have another year. That's okay. I'll wait for it. That won't take too long.
Construction complete.
Queue up the next section of the Dyson Sphere in the process. Oh, we finished flash coolant. Again, let's get focusing arrays. And this one we can get... Wait, what? Transgenic crops. Let's get talent acquisition again. Now what do we got? Association offer, United Synthetic Confederation. Okay, interesting. Demand vassalization. Really? Okay, that's interesting. The G-Brew Corporation now has the United Synthetic Confederation as a vassal.
Construction complete.
We actually could join the Federation right now. I don't want to. They're superior to us. These guys are overwhelming to us. Ooh. That's because of their naval capacity. Okay. These guys are superior despite having inferior technology. That's interesting. Superior naval capacity. I think it's largely because of these people having superior naval capacities. Subject integration begun. The Awoken. Again. Hey, the United Synthetic Confederation is way over here now. Neat. Here's a real question. Where are the Awoken? There they are. What the?
Construction complete.
I clicked on go to the Awoken and it said go over and it sent me over there, but there's nothing there. Okay, weird, but whatever. There we go. Next section of the Dyson Sphere. Beautiful. Probably could have started that a while ago, but that's okay. Wasn't really paying attention. Okay, so next bit we'll want to do a science nexus. I feel like we should probably be designing our defense platforms too, because we're going to put some defense platforms up in systems with a science nexus, I think. What the? This guy's borders just expanded. What did you do? Hey, you just took my 2 minerals and 4 energy. Boo. Alright, what do we got here? 10-tile desert world. No thanks. Pass. That was a 15-tile tundra world. Yeah, I remember. There's really not much to offer in our current borders. No decent terraforming candidates, that's for sure. 17 and 11 tiles. Not that great. Kill them! Yeah, no kidding. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do now. Spaceport. Let's go ahead and queue up a bunch of cruisers. We'll just leave it at those 10 for now, because this thing still has to finish its modules. Okay. I'll just let this time run out. Did we finish the precognition interface technology? Oh, we totally did. Forgot about that. Oh, so, okay. So these guys, there we go. Precognition interface on those guys and the destroyer. So, okay, so with the Ascension combat computer, we keep that 5% fire rate, or we can trade it for 5% evasion on the cruiser. I don't care for 5% evasion. Now, this one's not too bad. Increased chance to hit and tracking on a battleship to increase the odds that we actually hit with these tachyon lances. It's not that bad, really. Problem is we lose that 5% fire rate. That's what I don't like. So we'll keep the sentient combat computer on both the cruiser and the battleship, because I want those maximum fire rates. Especially on the cruiser. Blasting out a torpedo every, half a month instead of every 20 days. Alright. Enough time wasting. We got just a few more days left, and then we can contact the Shroud yet again. How much longer? That. Will expire. Why does that say will expire in 156 days? That makes no sense. 12, 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We should be able to do breach the Shroud now. Boop. What the? There is a presence here, occupying this entire part of the Shroud. We have met spirits before, but this is something else. Something vastly more powerful. Something far more ancient. It seems unaware of us as of yet. Perhaps it is sleeping. Perhaps we are simply beneath its notice. Perhaps we should leave. Oh boy, let's try this. Boop. As we reach out for the presence, we can feel it stirring, its attention now fully on us. It does not seem to appreciate being disturbed. An enormous wave of psionic energy crashes against us, blacking out the senses of our telepaths. When they come to, they notice one of their numbers is missing. Enrico Rossi is nowhere to be found, and where he was standing there is now only the psionic trace of a small rift, as though the entity reached out into our world and dragged him into the Shroud for... well, who knows for what reason or purpose, really. No matter its reason for taking him, it seems doubtful that we will ever see Enrico Rossi ever again. Okay, so Enrico Rossi died. That sucks. What was he doing? Wasn't one of those. Was it one of the guys in our science ship? No. Amazingly, it wasn't. Okay. That's fine. Man, I stuck around for a little extra while just to see that. Just to see a scientist die. That sucks. Anyways, it's late. I need to get ready for tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and save the game. Tonight was fun. Not much happened, just building up. Building up and building up and building up, but chat was quite active. It was fun talking to... DJ Truthsayer from Paradox there. Yeah, thanks, Tony. Thanks for coming by tonight, buddy. I appreciate it. Drop by next week, if you like. Tuesday, same time. Also Friday for the multiplayer stream. If you watch me on YouTube, I tend to post my stream schedule in the description of every video. So to everybody else, thank you for coming by. Mellow Gold, Coeasy Gaming, Hugh Stocks, Matt Morals, as I said earlier, DJ Truthsayer. Geez, there's a bunch of you that came in today. The Real Hops, and who else? I'm missing somebody. I feel like I'm missing somebody, but I don't see their name. Okay. I think I got everybody. Mellow Gold, if I didn't drop your name already. Yeah. Like I said, thanks for coming by. Those of you who came by to watch live. Those of you watching on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. As said earlier, subscribe to the channel for more Stellaris Console Edition content. Check the links in the description below. My Twitch channel, which I stream this off of. It would be great for those of you to come by and watch me play this live so I can interact with you as the game goes on. You'll find my Twitter feed, great way to keep in touch with me, and I'll also post there for important announcements if I have to cancel or postpone a stream like I did last Friday when I wasn't feeling so good. And the Discord channel, which you're more than welcome to be a part of. We have 80 viewers, 80 plus viewers now, or not viewers, members. Pretty much all of them joining from watching my Stellaris Console Edition stuff, so you can talk with other Stellaris Console Edition players, chat about the game, set up multiplayer games, discuss ideas with each other, whatever. There's other stuff you can talk about, obviously, other games, or just general chat if you so choose. Again, Friday, I'm trying to do the multiplayer stream again this Friday, starting that at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time instead of 9 o'clock. And next Tuesday, so a week from now, we'll be back to the Blorg. That'll be starting at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time again. This is Mobius Y signing off. Enjoy the rest of the week. We'll see you again real soon on Friday. Until then, take care.